Sure that because of that, did she get the pushback? Yeah, so she gets the pushback and the 10 damage. So not surprised at all from that Lucy. You see them using the mount, trying to get in, trying to put a lot of pressure onto the blue Lucy very quickly. So Skywind taking a little bit of damage here. There's the double fear. Good route now with a follow-up with the... Oh, man, doesn't get the counter. Very unusual here from Daniel. As Ashka leaping in did have the deadly inject taken down a little bit low. Is going to try to set up the kill onto the barrier. And I think he got... No, the red team got the orb. Daniel coming in. He's going to leap away, though. Now putting pressure onto Lucy. Lucy taking a couple M1s, does get the M2 there. That's the big burst damage. The counter not going to go off. The stun is hits. Couple M2s coming out. There's the root. Shifu getting taken down very low. Going to use the ultimate, though. Ends up hitting both players a little bit. And they are going to get that middle orb. That was very close. Lucy trying to heal back up. We're at about 57 to 60% health. It's still very, very close. The enemy, or not the enemy, the blue team healer is taken down pretty low. The Petrify, Incapacitate, Deadly Injects coming out with the M1s. There's the root. Not going to hit the stun. Almost push her back into it. Lucy getting taken down pretty low. The counter doesn't hit. The Petrify is going to go off. Deadly Inject now onto Shifu. Shifu gets the barrier, comes in. The Petrify goes off. Deadly Inject ultimate. Getting taken down very low. And then the EXQ just barely missing. There's the counter. Gets the M2. He gets feared away. The root now. The follow-up. Incapacitate. The fear into Deadly Inject. Gonna have to space away. And everybody ends up living. I can't believe it. Deadly Inject onto the Ashka. It looked like the red team might have got that. I'm not 100% sure. Petrify onto the Lucy. Lucy taking a bit of damage. The good space use there. The M2. The Ashka ult ends up doing no damage. However, Shifu getting taken down dangerously low. The counter not going to do enough, but the barrier will dissuade Ashka as he eats the fear. Trying to come around the corner. There's the ult and uses the space again. Oh man, 2 ultimates missed. They get the barrier. There's the counter that's going to hit. The Petrify coming out. I'm sure they're going to set up some big damage. There's a Deadly Inject, some N1s, and he's going to give the round up. Wow. What amazing pressure there early in the corner. They're able to get out, and then they immediately turn around, and it was just barely unfortunate for that Ashka that the ultimate missed. And that is basically what ended up not getting the Lucy killed, but because that missed, the Shifu was able to get onto the Lucy, and the Lucy was able to get the kill, all because of that space there. So really good use, and a huge power spike, in my opinion, coming out to the Shifu with the poise to strike. That's so strong. It'll be really interesting to see how they end up dealing with this. So really, really good job here coming out by Full Daniel, getting that first round victory in the grand finals. So chat it up, guys. Let me know what you're thinking of it so far. Hope you guys are loving this, because this has been a wonderful match. So Daniel going to fall back just a little bit. Going to get the counter and not using his M2 quite yet. Hits the E, gets the M2 and some big damage there. And it gets the E again. Incapacitate coming out. Going to set up a little bit of damage. Hits the counter right back onto the Lucy. Hits the M2 again. Taking down to half health. The fear going to push her back. The Deadly Inject though coming onto Shifu. Shifu is going to follow up as the Petrify hits. And not able to do too much damage as he kind of runs around the map. He being Ashka. And Ashka gets the double ultimate. So big damage swing there. Good job by him. The M2's coming out. Petrify though, what will be the damage now? The Deadly Injection gonna space away, not taking too much damage. So they're gonna be setting up, and the blue team I think got that. I think the blue team got that. And so good job there by the blue team. The Petrify coming out. There's the root on. The stun coming in. The Deadly Inject. Lucy getting taken down very low. The barrier going to get her. She's going to cleanse all of it though. Going to use a couple heals. The counter not going to hit. There's the EX space. That's very smart to be able to heal up. I think that was wise from Daniel. The space coming in. Deadly Injects. The Incapacitate though, and he steals the orb. Good job there by Daniel as he continues to put a little pressure. Uses the E to come in. Not going to really be able to put in too much damage. Has to fall back. The push back. There's the ultimate from Ashka. Ashka getting taken down a little bit low, but so is the Shifu. He's got 2 weapon charges. Will he be able to get onto one of the enemies? Going to M2 onto Lucy. Lucy getting pushed back. Incapacitate. Now are they going to set up? Okay, she rolls away. The hook coming in. Not going to be able to get the kill quite yet. Here's the Petrify. Counter doesn't happen. There's the root. And not going to get the kill. She's taken down so dangerously low. The firewall coming out. Going to have to walk into it. The M2 is coming out doing a ton of damage. The barrier. And I think this might be it for the Lucy. Yes, it is. And now round 2 going in favor of DZN and Skywind. Back and forth these teams are going. This, I can already tell this is going to be an awesome grand finals. I am super excited for this one, guys. I hope you are enjoying this. This has been really, really, really cool. Oh, Cran, thanks, man. Shared it in Niwa's. That is so kind of you. I hope he doesn't get mad, though. I think Niwa watched a couple of my streams before, so I hope he likes them. All right, here we go. Back into the center. Epic battles so far, guys. This is why I love Battlerite, man. Battlerite is just such a fun game to watch, such a fun game to cast, and it's a fun game to play too. Don't get me wrong, but I'm nowhere near good at this game like these guys. So he's gonna come in, gets the M2, does quite a bit of damage as the fear hits the Ashka. Except Ashka was not gonna get taken down, so no permanent health loss quite yet. The stun coming out, the counter not gonna hit. The M2's though gonna put a little bit of pressure onto Shifu. Shifu falling back. Lucy taking a bit of damage though, gets the double petrify. Now Lucy from the blue team taking a bit of damage, gonna use the barrier, the follow up. And she's going to get the Fear Deadly Inject, but had the barrier, so not a ton of damage there onto the Shifu. But Ashka putting a ton of damage, though, onto the red Lucy. Going to come back in, and it looks like the red team got that. I'm not 100% sure. Petrify set up. Petrify now onto the red team. How are they going to counter this? Going to use this Q to try to get out of there. Is the red team. Lucy, the spin to win coming out, but Petrifies with the EXQ. Good awareness there from Skywind to use that Petrify now again onto him. Deadly Inject going off onto blue Lucy. The counter is off in a double M2. That is so good for his team. Going to be able to spread out that big damage. But now the fear coming out. It looked like Ashka was about to ultimate, and he's going to ult in. So I don't know if that was just queued up or what happened there. But ults back into the middle and unfortunately hits nobody. But Shifu still taking quite a bit of damage. There's the double petrify. Is going to hit the deadly inject. They turn onto Ashka. They're doing damage to both people a little bit. So not really committing. I think they're trying to spread the damage a little bit, making it hard on Lucy. There's the spin. So much damage onto Lucy. Holy cow. Almost the whole ultimate. So good job there by Daniel. The follow-up onto Lucy's doing really well. Is Niwa doing a great job occupying the Ashka. Ashka's going to jump in, trying to peel back. There's the stun. Using the hook to avoid that. M2 hitting both of them. Deadly inject just going to miss. The blue team Ashka getting taken down solo. Firewall. There's the spin. Gonna get the kill as now he's sitting behind that firewall and uses the space and gets it. And the third round going in favor for full Daniel. Holy cow, man, these guys are so fun to watch. 1310, look at that, it's almost 700 protection, almost 900 damage coming out here. A lot of damage coming out. Skywind says my screen froze. I was actually having some issue with my screen freezing earlier today too. And I never had that before, so I'm not sure what was happening. I hope there's not some type of issue developing, and if there is, hopefully they find it soon. But here we go, back into the middle. The fear coming out onto Ashka. The M2 doing a bit of damage, trying to get those stacks. Just misses his javelin. Gonna follow back up. The counter gonna miss though. Getting ignite onto both players. The firewall gonna make it difficult for them to engage. A lot of M2 damage coming out. The stun is hit, but good job stealing it with your own M2 there, Shifu. So his team gets the energy and the health. There's the ultimate. Gonna be a double. A lot of damage coming out onto the red team. Red team getting taken down to already under 30%. Gonna hit the counter. And now Shifu backing up wisely. Not going to press too hard. The Petrify coming out. Will he set up the ultimate is the question. So there's the stun. Red team gets it again, I'm pretty sure, from that M2 from the Shifu. So here's the spin. A lot of damage coming out. And actually good pushback, though, from both teams and the roll. So Petrify onto Shifu. I'm sure they're going to try to set up the stun. There it is. The cleanse coming out, so he didn't get it. The javelin just missing. Counter not going to hit. Barrier up. Barrier's down now. This is their opportunity to get Shifu down. Incapacitate into the M2. There's the ultimate. Is going to hit, but he's healed back up and gets cleansed almost immediately. And the red team gets the orb again, so bringing it back within about 15%. Deadly inject going to miss. Ashka trying to jump in. Does get that hit onto Shifu. Shifu going to fall back and grab the orb. Center control here by the red team right now. There's the Petrify. Do we see big damage coming up? Uses the firewall so the deadly inject cannot get put onto the blue Lucy. Here's the incapacitate. Ashka putting in a lot of pressure onto the red Lucy. Blue Lucy taking a lot of pressure from the Shifu. There's the counter. Not going to trigger. Petrify going off. There's the fear though, keeping him alive. There's the M2s after the stun, taking him down very low, down to 24 health. There's the root. Is he going to be able to kill him? No. The barrier comes out. The counter's triggered. The M2 should be able to put some big damage with the interrupt there from the Petrify. The Fear now, he's a little out of position, and the ultimate stops him and steals the energy, I think. I think the blue team ended up getting that. So sudden death now. The Muck will start coming in. The red team, Lucy, trying to heal up his teammate a little bit. It's got to recharge, trading a little bit. Ashka quickly pushing him back as he hits the M2. Not going to do enough damage. Space coming in. Going to fall back again. The counter not going to hit. Wisely cancels his counter so he can get off the stun. He's in, and I think the red team got that. So good job by the red team. Now Ashka taking a bit of damage, but so is Lucy. And so the spin coming out, and he gets pushed into the muck, and it gets killed. And so now a 2-on-1. However, it is about even in health right now, as Lucy is full health, but 2v1, I think the advantage is in favor of the red team. The incapacitate coming out, there's the deadly inject, some M1s coming out, and this is going to be very difficult as the red team gets it again. But the fear coming in, deadly inject, the barrier coming out, the Q pushing him in, another deadly inject, he hits the counter, and it's going to allow him to use the space to get out of there, and he tried to go in aggressive, he might get taken out. He's taken out, but Lucy is too, and the red team taking another round. 3 rounds to 1. Wow, I thought Blue Lucy was going to come back on that one. That was so crazy. I got to see what chat is saying. That was super good. Couldn't wish for a better finals matchup. I'm right there with you, Crane. This has been really, really awesome. Oh, he gave you permission. Okay, cool. I appreciate you doing that for sure, Crane, if he gave you permission. All right, so let's see. We are back in the center. Sorry, kind of goofed up with the camera there for a second. So blue team needs to get around here. I think just for confidence sake, the barrier is pushed off. There's going to be the deadly inject in the follow-up. As you see, Lucy taking a lot of damage. So the red team is winning both their duels. There's the counter. M2 into him. The stun not going to hit. And a lot of damage already into the blue team. Down to 60% as 90% onto the red team. The firewall going to come out. Not going to be able to trigger the counter there. But the Shifu still in very prime position, follows up and actually gets the Ashka to have to run away. There's the Petrify. The barrier coming out, barrier's down, so the incapacitate follow-up, but there is the Petrify onto Shifu. Shifu takes a deadly inject. A lot of damage still onto the Lucy. Double javelin. Just misses his M2 barely, and there's the spin, but the pushback from the shield is going to save quite a bit of damage here from the Lucy. The M2 again just barely missing. There's the incap. The Q coming out, not going to be able to cleanse the Shifu. But Red Lucy, literally, I don't think has been touched this entire round. So Red Lucy sitting good. Okay, she's finally been touched. Blue Lucy still taking quite a bit of pressure. Firewall coming out. Going to block the fear. So good firewall. Very good firewall. There's the stun. Double incap. That's going to guarantee that they get the sphere and the deadly inject. A lot of damage coming out onto Shifu. There's the goo coming out. And good job with the Q pushing her back in. The fear coming out. There's the root. So much damage coming out as the M2 hits. There's the spin. And synchronized killing here from the red team. Full Daniel. Daniel and Niwa. These guys are so good, but I don't want to take away from DZN and Skywind. These are high-level players. They just need to do a slight bit of adjustment here. I think what needs to happen is they need to put a little bit more pressure onto the Red Lucy. Red Lucy had almost no pressure that entire round. I think if Red Lucy is going to have to use things a little bit more defensively, it's not going to allow Shifu to sit up in the face of Blue Lucy and Ashka as much as he has been. I think Daniel's really been having full reign here for a while. And you see, he's not even going in yet because he's not even concerned. So the fear comes out. There's the root. A little bit of damage follow-up. Getting those weapon stacks. Hits the M2, but the barrier was still up. Barrier still on to Shifu now. He's going to come in with that root, put the damage into Lucy. Counter's not going to hit, but it basically gave them the orb here in the middle. So good pressure there by Shifu. The Petrify coming out onto Ashka, but no real follow-up able to happen there. So good transit. There's the incapacity into the M2. A lot of damage coming out onto Lucy. She's going to have her barrier now. There's the deadly inject and the little bit of M1 damage. Push back from Ashka. Ashka drops a stun, just barely misses. And you already see that the red team Lucy is taking quite a bit more damage. The red team does take that sphere again. And huge pressure coming out here onto the blue Lucy. But blue Lucy getting away almost unscathed. But there's the spin, and that is doing so much damage. Ultimate from Ashka is going to stop it. Only hitting one of the players, unfortunately, for his team. Deadly injection coming out. There's the root. He's going to roll away, taking a bit of damage from the deadly inject. And so much damage here from the Shifu. As you see, Asha basically ignoring him, putting pressure onto the red Lucy. So now Shifu coming back onto him. He's going to space away. They're going to reset and not able to get the middle orb there It's a good job by Daniel to secure it again. He's going to ult onto blue Ashka, and Ashka not able to get away far enough, but it actually ends up being okay. There's a double ult, maybe a single ult. I'm not sure if that hit Lucy or not. The counter triggered and able to get away just a little bit. In cap into the M2. So much damage on the Blue Lucy. Blue Lucy getting taken down. M2 through the firewall as the orb is up again. Shifu, though, with that barrier down is pretty low, but they get the center orb. So they're going to be able to heal back up just a little bit more. Daniel zipping around. Gets the kill onto Lucy. And this may be the first map in favor of full Daniel as he tries to eat away, and it is. So first map in favor of full Daniel. I thought for sure it was going to be a little bit closer, but I honestly, I don't think the score is justice of what just happened there. That was really, really close. Most of the matches were extremely close, and it was like just out of